it never goes down, right? You get it now? By the way, if you're digging my sweatshirts, we're gonna have these for sale. They're not cheap. They're gonna be like $85, but VWAP.com on front and in VWAP we trust on the back. If you do join the website, you do get a free T-shirt. There's no such thing as cheap. There's no such thing as cheap in the world of trading. It's all relative. It's just price action. So, hello, we're broadcasting on TikTok and YouTube right now. My name is Kenny Glick, and I'm just here to say the market never goes down. Get it? You get it now? You get it now. We've been doing these videos since '07. Get it? Do you get it now? We understand. You throw a you break capitalism by letting the banks, you know, get involved and create products to destroy capitalism. The market went down. It crashed, right? It ruined the banking system. And how long did that last? It lasted several months because the government had to concoct a way to create what is now known as QE infinity, right? And that's where we're at, right? So the market, yeah, it went down. It stayed down for a little bit of period of time. The last time the market actually stayed down, remember, it was dot crash. We crashed, right? And then we had 9/11, which that's why we didn't rally back that quickly, because we already had a stock market crash, and then we had the world changed and nobody knew what to do. But inevitably, what happened? '03 was an up year. '04 was an up year. '05 was an up year. '06 was down, I think. '07 crash. '08, sorry, '07 was up. '08 crashed. '09 we were already coming back. And then we basically rally all the time until they throw something out. They throw something at the market, which is usually some sort of black swan event that nobody can predict. But now, because there's too many moving parts, there is no safe haven. That trade's over. You don't buy gold and silver and Bitcoin because the market's not good. It's all things go up or all things go down. Bitcoin is basically a tech stock now. Silver and gold are now tech stocks. They're all rallying together. The idea that the market is getting hammered and people run to the safe haven, that doesn't work anymore. Nothing that we thought the way the market used to work, none of it exists anymore. The only thing that exists now is algorithmic trading, and that's based on volume weighted average price. So if you're delusional enough to think that the market's going to go down, let me know when you're able to stay short the QQQ without using stops at proper places over any 3 days ever again. Because you'll get two. That third day you're going to have to cover. You'll get today. I mean, today was extraordinary, right? This wasn't good. This was great. UVXY blasting off through 40, going to 42 and change. Qs breaking prior day lows. Everything you needed on the face of this good green earth. Anything that you could possibly need. You had the UVXY going up. You had the market gapped up that rolled over. You had the rollovers breaking prior day VWAPs whilst the market was going back up, whilst UVXY was going up and the market was going down, confirming, reconfirming, and then reconfirming again. And how did it all play out? How did it all play out? You're forced to cover or you're going to lose again and again and again and again. Don't tell me that the market goes down. I get it. It went down. Past tense. You had a whopping 942 to basically 959. So you had 18 whole minutes. And then it reconfirmed a resell. And you had a whopping 19 minutes before it turned and now has become a long predominantly for the whole rest of the day. So unless you're delusional, which I know most of you are, as a shorter, me, I'm the most delusional fucktard there is. Every day, I think the market should crash. Every day. And every day, I get reminded I'm an idiot. And when you're able to say that about yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I'm pretty stupid. What the hell was I thinking? But instead of saying, man, what was I thinking? And you've lost money, you do this instead. Man, what was I thinking? Click, and then click again and join the winning tide. That's the difference between losing traders and winning traders. Winning traders lose money. Losing traders, right? Wait, let me get this point out. Listen, winning traders lose money. Loser traders have disasters. There's a huge difference. You're allowed to lose money on a trade. Hey, this isn't working. Let me get out. The loser trader says, hey, this isn't working. I hope it turns around. And if you're a shorter, good luck. Good luck with that. Because by the time it does turn around, you're done. You're done. I don't want to hear it. If you're playing by any kind of rule, which you have to be to make it as a trader, you're done. It's over. There is no way to stay short. When is that day here? So for instance, like USAR, man, that stock looked pretty shitty this morning, breaking down under yesterday's highs, breaking down under the 20. Oh my God. But then it does the faux show, bro, VWAP break. Who's staying short? Nobody's staying short. So you want to become a trader? You want to make money? You have to exploit the people that don't know what they're doing. The lazy shorter. That used to be me. That's why I'm so much better at this than anybody else, because I've accepted the fact that I'm the dumbest schmuck there is who still thinks the market has a chance to go down every once in a while, and it doesn't. It never goes down, ever. Get it through your skulls. What are you looking at that I'm not seeing? Oh, I'm going to leg into my short. You're done. You broke your leg. You're on the side of the road. I'm going to dip my toe into a short. You're done. Your toe's gone. You got no more toes. I don't want to hear it. Nobody's staying short without getting their head caved in. Or don't do those things. If you never, ever, right? If you never go short ever again, you will be in a much better place as a trader, because I just saved you from half the dumb shit you're about to do. Just don't ever short. Just wait for the turns, because there's never a day, never a day, never a day. Even on the days, even those days where you're getting smoked, there's a tradable rally either midday or at the end of the day. It's never 9:30 down all day, no trend break till 4 p.m. You know how rare that is? You get 3 of those, maybe 4 a year. So I'll go ahead and say they never happen. Sure, they happen. You let me know. You let me know when that's happening. But then UVXY rolls off the face of the earth. You think it's happening on a day where UVXY does that? Do you know about UVXY? You're telling me you're going to fight the market when you know it goes up every time it breaks VWAP? You're going to fight it? Something that happens every time? Oh, it's not going to happen this time. Yeah, it is. Right in your dumb face. This whole game is about taking other people's money. And who are you taking it from? Shorters. Shorters. People that still think every stock's going to zero. And I believe that. I'm a true bear. I believe every stock is worthless, except for Palantir and Tesla and maybe some Apple. You want to know why Apple's never going out of business? You see this thing that I'm broadcasting on? Just bought a new phone. Didn't hesitate about it. Didn't think about it. This guy said, you want a layaway plan? I'm like, do I look like I need a layaway plan? How much is the phone? Give me some money for my old phone and let's get this done. He's like, I like you. I'm like, let's get out of here. I got somewhere to be. We're not debating. We're buying new phones. My old phone, it finally stopped working. The apps weren't updating. I was using an iPhone 12. So I just stepped up. I milked it as much as I could. Inevitably, Apple, the products disintegrate. It's the greatest business model ever. We're addicted to their products, and you have to buy a new one every 3 or 4 years. Some people every year. But if you're going to trade this market, right? Like this, I took a loss today on a trade. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. You know why? Because it never really broke down. It just, I didn't want to give it more than 12 cents. I was in lift. I bought the faux show, bro. I was getting paid. It didn't break the high of the day. And then it looked like it was going to break. So I bought more, and then it rolled over, and I lost $155.17. And you know what the stock did? Nothing. But I was like, you know what? I'm not letting it go below VWAP. I'm not letting it go back below this line. I put a tight stop on. I got out. And then look what happened. Faux show, bro, could have bought back the same exact price, basically where I sold it, and made the money I should have made. It's very difficult to lose money in the market that doesn't go down. Patience is what separates you from the other traders. Patience and discipline and risk reward. Patience and discipline and risk reward. Every trade is worth it. There are no good or bad stocks to trade. You just need stocks that have volume. It doesn't matter if it's Lyft breaking new highs right now, you fucking hump. Lyft breaking new highs, Q's doing this, UAL, IREN, Doggy Dog, Alcoa, SMX, or Rig. It's all the same trade. You want to go where there's more volume on the day. That's the only equalizer. When you have a stock that has a lot of volume, it's harder for the stock market to they manipulate it. But you want the manipulation. You want the stock markets to be rigged. You want to be you want to be manipulated, right? So because you know the market's manipulated, you know that the down moves will probably be met with an equal and greater move to the upside. So why does it go down in the first place? Because they are manipulating or rigging it to come back to certain prices so they can buy. What's up? And that's all this is. It's a circle jerk. That's it. That's all this is. It's a round and round. Hey, how you doing? Now we're going over here, now we're going over there. Over here, over there, we're going to come back over here, over here, over here, over there. And all of that is just one big fucking round trip. And all you're trying to do is you're on board with the next round trip. You didn't want to buy Coinbase this morning? All right, cool. Wait for it to come back to the price you want to buy it at. That was at the 166. And you make your 3 points. On and on and on and on again. And if you're not using some of the tools, if you're not using VWAP, if you're not using volatility products, don't trade. Nobody should be trading without VWAP and proper use of volatility products. And that's it. That's all you need. There isn't anything else to trade. It's not about having the secret watch list. It's not about track records. It's not about win rates. It's about knowing what you're doing. And you could take any trade. Give me a name. Give me a name. Give me any stock. I'll show you exactly how to trade it right now. I have a better shot to tell you where the stock's going to be in the next 2 hours than anybody else on earth. And plus, after tomorrow, nobody knows what's going to happen. So why even guess, right? AMZE, CVX, Aon, QQQ. What is FLR? FLR, great example, right? Fantastic buy this morning. You got 46.63 up to 49. So then what does it do? It forms the Andy Dufresne Kardashian bottom. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but here's a confirmation, 1,000 reasons to buy the stock. You had 1,000,001 reasons to buy it, 75 trillion reasons to hold on to it, and now you've got a lot of reasons to take some profit already on its way to $49.10. But I'll tell you what I do know. If it stays above $48.33, you don't sell any more of it. All I use is Thinkorswim and E-Trade, and well, I got a couple of platforms running. But right now, if you're short the market, if you're short anything, you are smoking crack, and not in a good way. You're like one of them dirty crackheads who just scrape the bottom of the crack. I don't know why I'm knowing so much about crack, but don't short stocks. You guys ever see Tommy Boy or Water Boy? I tackle that first. I tackle this guy. That brings it to my next point. Don't smoke crack. Don't short stocks. Don't short. You'll be way ahead of the game, because then you're just looking for confirmation, right? Confirmation of bias. So my bias is the market never fucking goes down. Well, it looks like it's going down right now. Okay, wait for it. Oh, look, there's that thing. The fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. I guess you're right. We're not going down. So here, let's go CVX, right? Well, we were going down earlier. Well, guess what? We're over VWAP now. We ain't going down anymore. Chevron's kind of dead money. QQQ. Can you draw a line on a chart? I can. That's all I do. I draw lines on charts. But I'll tell you one thing. This thing right here, what you're looking at right now, I know you can't see it. But when this product is below the blue line, 90% of the time the market's going higher. I know that. You know that. We all know that. So it's not a debate, right? You're not debating. IREN. Yeah. I was trading this before, right? It's not about where a stock's going to go. It's not about how high it's going to go. It's about what the hell you're doing after you get involved. You got a faux show, bro, and IREN. Your entry point's $40.65. At $51.65, you're selling. Now you got your blow off top, you're rolling over, and right now at 41.83, I'd be selling it, and my stop would be 41.46. Boom, done. Right, debt structure, who cares? Exactamundo, Kendall knows what's up. And if you guys weren't with me, listen, I hate the stock market. I think it's all a scam, right? All you're doing really is trading what you see. So what did I tell you last week? Coinbase, done going down. You want to stay in there, right? Exactly. Free cash flow means nothing. Fizzly, awesome, right? Flip your investment. I don't try it. This is not, it's not investment. Do I sell covered calls? No, because I don't own stocks. Owning stocks is not what I do. I trade intraday, I make money, and then I go to cash at the end of the day. Same day for me every day. Yeah, Fizzly, I was liking that short. But yeah. You made $1 from Bitcoin? Congrats. By the way, Bitcoin's going to zero. Yeah. What do you want my office to look like, Kendall? What would you like? What do you want it to look like? I'm sitting out front. I got a window. I surround myself with toys and stuff. I collect stuff. I got my fish over there. What more do I need? How many days do I trade to afford such a cool office in the suburbs? It's been 33 years now. But listen, if you're trying to be negative about something, just don't be subtle. Don't be subtle. Get it out. What are you trying to say? Just say it. What's with the subtlety? You don't got to be subtle. We're on the internet here, right? Right? Exactly. Imagine drawing that for 30 years. I didn't even draw lines back in 30 years. It was called tape reading. All we traded was momentum, no charts. Now the lines get drawn by themselves around VWAP, and that's it. Does this replace my full-time income? This is my income. Yeah. I'm retired. I do this for fun now, and I get paid for speaking engagements. I scalp. I only trade. Yeah. You could say it's intraday scalping. Scalping is more you know, you're just very quick about it. For me, it's over. It's generally going to be over for me. But if you email me, kennyglick@AOL.com, I'll let you in. I'm doing a week-long class, and then I'm going to Vegas to do the class on for anybody in Vegas. I'll be doing this live. So, what do you want? No, not a course. No, it's free. It's free. Right? Everything I do is free. Right. And you're not, yeah, exactly. You have no idea who I am. Right. Why don't you Google my name, kennyglick@AOL.com? Google my name and then come back. But here's the best part. If I can't help you, right, then why are you here? You're obviously here for a reason, right? You want to know what's up, right? By the way, Kendall, seriously, right? Why are you here? You just stumbled onto this page, right? You want to learn something, right? Why are you here? Why are you here? Listen, no matter how skeptical you are, you're never going to top me. I hate everybody. I'm with you. Anybody that talks about the stock market online, I immediately hate them, especially if they don't let me into their website for free. But I do. Right. Oh, you like my comedy? Well, I tell jokes. Two fags are fucking a dead alligator on a bus. I'm still working on a punchline for that one, but I'll get back to you. But what I do now, right, is that I'm semi-retired. I get paid to do speaking gigs, and I trade live in front of 100. What we got? 240 people today, and we bring new people on. Right? And here's what we do: we let you in for free, right? And then you hang out. And if what I do you think is worth your time and your money, then you join. I don't have a sales team. I don't need one. But yeah, who's ever going to be retired, right? But skepticism is what I love because I prove people wrong all the time. It's my favorite. So if you want, I'll let you in for free and you can see if our trades work or not. If they do, then great. I still don't care if you want to join or not. By the way, you don't need to be subtle with me, right? Just say, I think you're lying about whatever you're saying. Great. So do I. But if you want to know about trading, you gotta join, right? And then if you want to stay, did I say I don't sell? Did you hear that? I get paid to talk now, right? But people that are on the internet with all the snake oil salesmen and all that shit, I do it for free for 2 weeks. And then if you want to stay, you stay. If not, you go away. Now, if that doesn't compute to you, like Mr. Skeptic over here, right? I'm trying to be nice, right? If these words don't mean anything to you, then you're just a douchebag. And it's okay if you are. There's plenty of douchebags online. I've been doing live internet stuff since 2007. The douchebag factor is enormous. But the way I get through the douchebag, scum, skeptic, irrational hater is that I say, here's what I do. Here's what I do. Would you like to see more? Are you impressed? Well, we just did 18 trades out of 19, right? That worked. If you know what you're looking at, then you're like, oh, this guy's pretty legit, which is how it works. Or you're delusional and you're just a fucktard. It's okay. It's okay if you are, because they're out there. I don't need to convince you of anything. It's all right. It's okay. Anyway, back to the Alcoa. So look, awesome trade. And if you guys were watching ET, same stock, same trade. So yeah, if you are right enjoying throat hug. Oh yeah, I told my wife about that. Phenomenal. So again, more lines. The more lines, the better, man. No, actually, that's not completely true. It's the less lines, the better. See, there's only two lines on this chart. Here, wait, there you go. The only two lines you'll ever need. It's VWAP and prior day VWAP. But let me ask you, Kendall, I'm assuming you're a dude, right? What I don't see what your point is. Make a point so that I could give you a counterpoint or go away. It's okay. It's okay. I know you like me and you're still here, right? Obviously, look at my face. You can't escape my charisma and my charm. But what do you want? Seriously, get to your point. You've been trying to make a point for like 40 minutes. What's your point? If you're going to trade stocks, you're generally drawing lines on a chart and looking at volume weighted average price, right? Scamming who? Scamming who? What? What's the scam? You got to elaborate, Bo. I'm with you, man. You're so close, but your meaning is so lost. What's your point? Yes, yes, but it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. If you can't make a decision within 2 weeks, who's all right? Bye-bye. Anyway, so if you didn't understand the words, right, that comes out of my mouth, remember, right, here's what's happening. So the way that it's scam proof or fraud proof, right? For 2 whole weeks, like 10 trading days, which is an enormous amount of time, right? I have a mortgage. Wow. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for this guy. What's having a mortgage have to do with anything? You know, this guy, he said something about frogs, man. I mean, did you hear him yesterday? He was talking about frogs. The guy mentioned frogs. Frogs? Wow. So, anyway, like, you got to give me a chance. You don't even have anything to debate about, right? Yeah. The incoherent blabbling. Yeah. Okay, I got an idea. I thought you actually had some like a real question you wanted to ask, but it's too bad. Bye. I know. At least have. And again, I don't sweat nobody really, but at least have something that I could. Again, you say scam, I say free. You say he's selling a class, I say free. I say 2 weeks for free. If you can't make a decision, I'm scam proof. That's why I'm starting to do these TikTok videos. Right? The whole point. Everyone talking about the stock market on the internet is trying to scam you or trying to sell you something. Right? I'm no different, but I get around the scam part by letting you see what I do for 2 weeks. And then if you're interested in sticking around, then you pay to play. That's it. It's the greatest business model there is. That's the way I would want to be treated. And that's the way I treat the internet. Even though there's weird psychos, you know, like that guy who, I mean, where's the hooded? Is that the same guy with the, look, I have my own hooded sweatshirt now. Look. I have my own hooded sweatshirts, man. No, it's not a Bloomberg. It's nobody needs Bloomberg either. Oliver's Army, how are you? Throat hugs, man. Throat hugs made me laugh. I'm still laughing. It's been like 5 days. But somebody says that's a lot of, I have a lot of lines on my chart and a mortgage. What does that even mean? Well, give me something to debate with. What does that mean? The 2 lines on my chart are VWAP and price. That's it. What does that mean? Lines on my chart and a mortgage. Yes. I don't know, man. I only scan for volume. I only scan for volume. Because all we trade is volume weighted average price. It's always the same trade. Next tomorrow would be awesome. What's up, my man? So yeah, a couple of trades. I didn't really do much today because it was just Q short. And then I got bored out of Lyft. Turned out to be a winning trade, but I didn't make any money. Medtronics, ET. But the theme again today is the market never goes down. No, real volume. Real volume. Well, relative, if it's larger than relative, let me speak. I like a VWAP breakout, but it's generally a VWAP faux show bro VWAP break or a VWAP hold. Oh, the easiest thing is email me. I'll show you all this stuff over the next couple of days. I've been going live as much as I can, but today was kind of boring, and then it got exciting, and then it got boring, and now it's relatively good. But the point I was trying to make today when the market started to rally was the market never goes down. And it really wanted to go down today, and it still didn't go down. It went down. You had 2 7-minute sell-offs, and that's about it, right? And if you're playing by any type of rules, then you were forced to cover, which is generally the case every day. Well, with every trade, it's not about where it's going. It's about what you're going to do when it breaks a certain price. So I would stay long the lift unless it breaks back under the 1328 area. But right now, you are in the midst of the shorts getting their ass kicked again and again and again and again and again and again. And that's what makes me the greatest trader on earth right now. I've accepted that I'm a loser shorter, trapped in a perpetual bull market. I'll get my moments like this morning, but I always have to come to the realization that I live in a market that doesn't go down anymore for any extended period of time, and I have to adjust the way that I think about it. One day when it does stay down, I'll be in it, but today wasn't that day. I was short. Can't stay short. But listen, if you guys are interested for real, really, I am the greatest trader on the internet. There is no second place. And I do run a paid for VIP elite website, and we kick ass every day. And I do it the right way by doing it for free for a couple of weeks and to see if you dig it. The only thing I'm trying to do right now is I work with a corporate company that runs my website for me. I'm still independent. I'm doing a class on Saturday, which is basically client only or members only, But for the first time in a long time, I'm selling the class, but you're getting you're getting a month with that. And I charge a lot. It's $500 a month to be on my website. It's no joke. But for now, I'm doing the class, the month, basically 2 weeks. So basically 2 months more or less with a class for $250. I'm never doing this ever again. I was trying to just do it because of the Vegas thing. And if you're in Vegas, I'm doing the class for free live. So if you want to see me do it live in Vegas, I'll be doing it on the 24th. But right now, if you're shorting the market, you got to be on drugs, and not the good drugs, not the fun drugs, the drugs that you get addicted to and you're living in the street, selling your body and doing things with people you don't want to be doing just to get paid. It's virtually impossible to be shorting the market over an extended period of time. MSTR, yeah, that was a nice short. I don't think that one's going back to the highs anytime soon, but it's still virtually impossible to be short. I like MSTR down here. But anyway, take a second. I trade everything: stocks, options, futures, just no crypto. I don't need to bother with that garbage. Bitcoin, I hope it all goes to zero. Yeah, mutual funds, they're kind of outdated now. You're paying manager fees when you can just buy the Qs, you know. But right now, like it or not, as I like to say, VWAPs don't work. All right, cool. Works for me. No joke. It's been I haven't used anything else since 2012. 14 years. It works. It works pretty well. I think Bitcoin has to break 60, go to 50, then go to 38. And then if it breaks 38, it goes back to 20,000. And then we'll see who still wants to own it. I get in trades actually before everybody else, as a matter of fact. I guess you're using the wrong VWAP. No, seriously, I'm speaking as bluntly as I can. You're wrong. It's all I use. And I've managed to have the most success in trading I've ever had in my life. So you're looking at it wrong. Something about what you're doing using VWAP is wrong. You're using it wrong. I use it on multiple time frames also. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Well, come on over to the other side. I'll show it to you. If you want to go long-term investing, there's only one thing to do. QQQ. That was supposed to rhyme. Sell your I don't hold stocks. I don't believe in it anymore. I have a trade that works every time it shows up intraday, and that's what I focus on now. But sometimes it taps VWAP and reverses, so you get faked out. But it's another trade. Usually we're in it reverting back to the VWAP already, so we're long before it breaks VWAP. But if you have a stock, well, I don't want to get into the whole philosophy, but it depends on the time, how long it's spent under VWAP, breaks over it, confirms it from on top. For instance, here, like the Alcoa trade, right? I don't know if you guys can see the chart. But before I go, yeah. So, ooh, look. So, for instance, I like Alcoa, right? I trade Alcoa every day. So I use VWAP as a confirmation of my bias, right? Again, what's one of my biases? The market never goes down. Second bias, if we actually go down, chances are we're going to go back up. So this is Alcoa. You guys all know about your W patterns, right? I like calling it ass cracks. So you see the top of the crack right there? There's the VWAP. So when you get a stock that does the double bottom already, it holds the whole number. On the way up here, I'm already buying it. So when it gets back to VWAP, I'm already taking profit. Then it breaks above the VWAP, I'm selling it again. And now I'm just using VWAP as a stop. But on the way up, I sell at prices where it got to earlier. So I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer right here, selling some a little bit here, selling a little bit there, selling a little bit here. And now I just use VWAP as my stop. And as long as it stays above the blue line the whole rest of the day, I stay in it. Kind of like Humana, right? So here, Humana, I'm in this one. There's the first move. Pulls back, breaks VWAP, rips. Here's you would have got stopped out, but then it goes under. You could have bought it back. Confirmation of VWAP. And then it holds the VWAP. And this time, where it held the VWAP, confirming that the uptrend is intact, I bought it over here. And now you're up 2 points. So using VWAP to confirm your bias is phenomenal. But my favorite trade is this one right here, where, again, just like the Alcoa, you break a new low, then you come back and break VWAP and go to prior day VWAP. That trade happens almost every single day. So whatever stock you're looking at, so give me a couple of stocks and I'll show it to you. Watch, give me any stock you want. I'll show you how to VWAP, right? Because it runs the whole market. So SanDisk, great choice, SNDK. We call it snail dick, right? So right here, perfect scenario. It breaks the new low, then comes back, breaks VWAP. You buy it, blue line, orange line, sell it. Because the market's programmed to go from today's VWAP to multiple time frame VWAP. That's how we set our algo. So all we do is follow the money. So there's your first reason to buy. There's the reason to sell if it broke those lows, but it didn't. So your buy would have been 605 and it went to 622. Nice trade. Then it rolls over. You're forced to sell what you got left. But then here's that pattern again. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. You're buying VWAP at 607, goes to 618, payday. Rolls over, you get stopped out. Maybe you try it again. There it is. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. You're a buyer. Blue line gets over the orange line this time. So in one day, you had one opportunity to buy, get stopped out, winning. Another reason to buy, VWAP break, got paid, got stopped out. Second, third one, VWAP break, gets paid. Sell it, and then you get stopped out down here. And then you'll be done with the trade. So as long as you're trading around VWAP, give me some more symbols. Wait, I didn't see those other ones. Hang on. So Cisco, phenomenal trade today. So again, when I talk about how the market never goes down, I wait for the confirmation of the market never going down. And what is that? That's a fake out, shake out, VWAP break. So you see how you had a new low break, then it comes back, then it breaks VWAP, buy it, and you get paid. So if you missed that first move, the reason that this trade is so awesome is it replicates throughout the day. In a market that's going sideways, you generally get 4 or 5 different opportunities to get involved in the same stock. So Netflix, right? NFLX. See the fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. 3 different reasons to buy Netflix today. And right now I'd be selling. And then you raise your stop to the orange and the blue. And as long as it doesn't roll back over, you hang in there. Just like the rest of the market, because the market doesn't go down anymore. It pulls back, it pauses, it corrects, it crashes, but it never stays down anymore. So one of my favorite trades today was ET. Never traded the stock before in my life. Why am I even in it? Companies that report earnings that break below VWAP and break back above them, 9 times out of 10 go higher. So that's a 90% chance of success, right? So, well, it depends on what you're looking at. So right now, let's say you were looking at ET. It broke the VWAP, So let's say you bought the first VWAP break, 1846. The stock went to 1856, only 10 cents. Chances are you're not going to take any money off the table. But then it rolls over and it breaks the VWAP. You're not really selling it because of a VWAP break. You would sell it if VWAP breaks and then it breaks recent lows, which are right here and right here. So this was just a gentle pullback, giving you another opportunity. No, nobody makes money in Forex. Nobody should trade Forex. It's too manipulated. It's even too manipulated for VWAP. Forex, I've been in this industry for 30 years. I've never met anybody that's ever made money trading Forex. Only institutions and hedge funds, and they have a hard time doing it too. Forex is a waste of time. That's not just my opinion. That's a concerted decision that I've made. It's virtually impossible. Plus, there's too many better things to trade than waste my time with government interaction, trading around hedge funds who have their orders already done, trying to get a couple of pips out of it. Here, I got a trade that works 90% of the time, and it's always the same trade. That's what's so good about it. So give me some more symbols. I'll show you exactly what you're going to do. And then I got to run. SIDU. Ooh, haven't looked at that stock in a while. What happened to that bad boy? Ooh, nice. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. I would have been a buyer here at 204. I would have sold some to you at 215. I'd still be hanging with it unless it breaks 211 and 208. NDAU. Is that a NASDAQ leveraged stock? What is that? No symbol. Palantir already a buy today. Look at this. It was a really nice trade. Right? So here, you see how fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break, fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break, fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. So you're just looking for pattern recognition, repetitious pattern recognition around today's VWAP and prior day VWAP. And when that happens, you get winning trades. Like the Q's long, the Palantir long, the Coinbase long, and basically everything long right now. And remember, this whole day started with us being short the Qs once, short the Qs twice, and now nobody in their right mind is short the Qs. And these lows today are probably new generational lows, and you might not see them ever again. Because every time this market pulls back, it finds its footing and then rallies. Otherwise known as the market never going down. We understand it can go down, it can pull back, it can correct and crash, but the days of it staying down and going sideways at lows, they don't even exist anymore. This is all 1 minute and 1 minute, 2 minute, 2 days worth of data. And if you're long the Qs right now, congratulations. You're off to the races, and you're probably going to go higher from here. And remember, as a day trader, all I care about is getting paid as quickly as possible on some of my position. I sell some, I raise my stop, and then I can't lose. So right now, here come the quantum stocks. So let's start buying quantum stocks. Ready? IonQ, right? All right, you're a little late. 1 minute, there it is. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. All right, so we should have been buying the stock at 32.73. We should have been buying at 33, 33.40, and not interesting. So let's go look at some other quantum stocks that haven't come back yet. Rigatoni. Oh, fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. Every trade I ever put on, I know exactly why I'm buying it, where I think it's going to go, and where the stop losses are. Every trade. Every trade is, this is the type of trading, if you're undisciplined and you're a scatterbrain and you think this is random, this brings structure, discipline, patience, and how to keep you concentrated on one or two different things. Everything you need to become a trader is all wrapped into the way I trade. And that's why this is all I teach now. That's all I do. It's the same day over and over and over again. It's always the same trade. It's always the same looking chart. The symbols change, the trade never does. And that's what's so great about it. And now it's going on 15 years. It works. Why do anything else? I don't own stocks. I don't swing trade. I don't do anything. I don't even own real estate. I only own real estate, guns, and silver. So what I do every day is you get to see this, you get to see the scanners, the algorithmic lines on the chart. Me and my buddies sit here in the chat room all day. That's my man, Solid. He programmed the algorithm 15 years ago. He still tweaks it every day. He shows people how to code if you're into that kind of stuff. And that's what we do. And a week from now, it'll be the same thing. A month from now, it'll be the same thing. 3 weeks from now, it'll be the same thing. And 3 years from now, it'll be the same thing because what we do works. We don't change. We've been selling the same thing since '07. Us. It's not a course. You get to hang with us. The course that I do, it's basically a review of some of the trades that we just did and where you should have been buying, where to place the stops, and how to gauge your risk reward. Every trade's exactly the same. And when you have something that works, you just do that. And that's all you do. And here I am, all these years later. If that trade doesn't show up, then I generally don't trade, which is my favorite part of trading, not trading. I day trade options on Fridays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We had 10. I know this might sound stupid, but we had 10 baggers. 10. We had 10 individual trades where you made 10 times your money on Friday alone. I don't think anybody's legit other than me. I'm done criticizing everybody else. I'll just say how much better I am than everybody else. Everyone's fantastic, which I don't believe in at all. Kind of the reason I started doing these videos. But the Ross, I don't know about him at all. But here's what I do know. TikTok, the internet, the guy with the skepticism he's right to be skeptical. But here's how I differentiate myself from everybody else. I let you come in and you see what we do. If you click on somebody's TikTok video, what happens? You get sent to a Discord room. Then what happens? You click a few buttons and suddenly they're asking you for some money. You're not going to get that with me. I don't want your money. Inevitably, you're going to want to send me your money. I'm not going to have to ask for it. But there are other TikTok videos where I go on there. I don't even know what they're trying to sell me, and they're already asking me for money. Or they talk about track records or win-loss ratios. And I'll tell you the story, and I'll be brief, but I got to the point with one guy where I was like, listen, I don't even know what you're trying to sell me here. They're like, oh, we're trying to sell the access to our PhD. We're going to send you pics on your phone, and we also have a live thing that we do for an hour a day. I was like, ooh, cool. Can I hang with you guys for an hour a day and see if you guys know what you're talking about? Well, we're running a special for $49.99. I'm like, how about I do it for free? They're like, well, why don't you just pay the $49.99? I was like, why don't you just do it for free? Why don't you let me in to see what you're doing? And if I like it, I'll give you the full retail price. They're like, well, why don't you just pay? I'm like, because I don't want to pay. Why don't you do it for free? So back and forth we go. And I say, listen, how about $1,000? I'll sign up 20 of my friends if you let me in for 3 days to let me see if you have any idea what you're talking about before I spend my money. And they said no. And I was like, yeah. And I called back and I was like, hey, it's me again. Can I speak to somebody who can make real decisions? Because I want to make sure that somebody knows that I offered you $1,000 for your $50 product and you said no. And they hung up on me. I tried one more time. I'm like, I'm going to expose you guys as scammers. Because if you don't want to take $1,000 from a guy to prove your worth, then you're obviously worthless. I'm the other guy. I let people in for free because I know within 3 hours, I'll give you some winning trades. I know what I'm doing. It's not a course, it's a life. It's a life. What we sell is time. You want to spend a month with us, it costs the amount of money. You want to spend 2 months, 3 months with us, it's more. You want to spend a year with us, it's more. It's just time. And during that time, all we do is teach you how to trade around VWAP and give you winning trades while we're doing it. That's the way it should be done. And that's why, you know who does it like that? Me. I'm the only one. I'm the only one that does it like that because I've got the balls enough to put up or shut up. And that's my story. My name's Kenny Glick. If you want to Google me, I'm all over the internet. But really, the thing I'm trying to do here on TikTok is to get enough followers where I could call out some of these scammers. The scammer's not going to, and by the way, if you guys are out there, let me look directly at you. My name is Kenny Glick. I'll put up $100,000 of my own money to outtrade you anytime you want. Now, here's the rules to the contest. If you win, which you won't, I'll give you $100,000, no strings attached. We'll get lawyers involved, accountants, whatever you need. When I win, I don't want your money. I just want to know how you got 28,000 people to watch your stupid ass video. I want to know how you suckered 300 people into a WhatsApp chat room. I want to know how you go viral. Teach me your wonderful ways of scamming people. Because if they meet me instead of meeting you, I'll be able to make plenty of money because I do it the right way. So email me, kennyglick@aol.com, and I'll send you a link and you get to hang with us. So then 3 days from now, when I do a video, wait, let me get done with that thought, by the way. So the reason I'm doing it this way is that I want to get at least, if I got like 20,000, 30,000 of you knuckleheads with me, and then we could start a real challenge and do a TikTok challenge. Who's the best TikTok trader? I vote me. I got no problem kicking money into a pool to have a contest. Or once I get legit and get enough followers, I could go to TikTok and say, hey, look at me. I'm somebody here on TikTok. I got my 20,000 followers. Why don't we get a contest going and have TikTok sponsor it? The greatest TikTok traders all come together and let's do it. Because I'd be willing to put up, 100,000 is my limit, but I could put up 100,000 of my own money in silver. How about that? Come up with some parameters, come up with some ways of proving yourself. And listen, I know, and then it can't be monetarily either. Follow me here. I got a $5 million account, right? I could outtrade people just based on size. I could buy 10,000 shares of Lyft, have it go up 20 cents and make $2,000. It's relative. It can't be about the money. It has to be about the idea generation, ease of use, and let's see who really is the best. And that's me, because I find something for everybody. I got people that with small accounts, medium-sized accounts, massive accounts, they're all trading the same way. We're all making money. The dollar amount you make is relative to the amount of money that you have already, right? That's why this one guy, his philosophy is true, but when he says you can make a living at what he does, it's impossible. Selling puts. You cannot make a living selling puts on stocks unless you've already made a living, have that money, and you're able to put it to use. Because let me say that one more time. You can't make a living. I could, and by the way, I have 100% win rate selling puts. Sounds like awesome, right? 100% win rate. Yeah. You know why? Because if I sell a put, let's say, like I said, I got a $5 million account. I could sell a put now for 1 cent on the Qs. I guarantee you it's going to expire. You only got an hour and 20 minutes. I guarantee you it expires. You know how much money you might make on that trade? $1. But I just laid out $1,000,000. But now, at the end of the day, when it expires, I could just say, hey, look, I made money on that trade. But you needed $1,000,000 to make $10. That's a scam. He's not lying. I'm not lying saying that I made that $10 and my win rate's 100% because it is. But you need $1,000,000 to make $10. And what are you doing? First, you need the million. And then what are you doing with $10? I'll give you $10, right? And that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Even the people that aren't bullshitting you are bullshitting you in some way. First of all, nobody's doing anything for free. Nobody. I'll give you $10 right now. What's your address? If it means you help me promote, I'll give you this gift card right here. Ethan, right now. $10 iTunes gift card. Are these still viable? I don't even know. I owe people gift cards. I got to send these out actually. But I'm being serious. If you want to help me promote, and for instance, and this goes out to anybody. If anybody has been frolicking in the chat room and been making money, when schmucks that you can't talk to, right, show up, tell them what you've witnessed. Like that guy was just a dick. I could hand the guy $100 and be like, nah, that's not real. There's no winning with certain people. You could tell right away. But if you join and you're making money and you understand how this VWAP trade works and the chart pattern recognition, it's a job. There's no magic. It's a way to stay focused on trading with risk reward in your favor, right? And that's it. That's the whole premise. It's boring. It's monotonous. It's the same thing every day. It makes money. You will lose money on certain trades, but the track record, the win rate, all that stuff is bullshit, right? I could go 1 for 5 every day and come out ahead with proper risk management. But anyway, I got to go because I got to go to a party this afternoon. What does it take? It takes a lot of discipline and patience. That's what it takes. And it takes the ability to get through losing money. You have to be able to lose on certain trades because it's usually not just one and done. So it's a process. Well, here's the thing. My email address is kennyglick@aol.com. You can laugh about it. It's okay. I don't know why I can't type. Hey, hold on a second. I'm going to send you a link and a username, not a username, and a password. And you're going to click the link, put your information in, and then we'll go. I don't know how to type. You got mail, exactly. See, he knows what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to be here all day trying to figure out how to type my freaking thing in here. I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't work, but hang on. Maybe it's because I have the camera on the wrong side. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Oh, there it is. All right, see? All right, email me and I'll get it to you as quickly as possible. If you're going to be in Vegas, hit me up. We'll drink in Vegas. That's my email address right there, kennyglick@aol.com. And I'll see you when I see you. And I'll probably see you tomorrow morning and then tomorrow afternoon. I do a show on YouTube also. and then I'll head to Vegas. Do it live. All right, y'all. Be safe. Yo, what up? Why? See ya.